The bear crawl is one of the most underrated, underappreciated, and butchered core exercises because it is oversimplified, always rushed, missing so many key benefits. Before we talk about them, let's break down this introductory method I like to use that is a much better way to start, allowing you to learn the bear crawl properly and feel what you need to feel. In this first variation, let's move just one limb at a time, so arm, leg, all in opposition but individually. We're going to play some music you like, and you're going to stay in time to the beat of the music. That keeps us accountable. And it's going to look like a slow motion chameleon crawl. Super simple, but this will get you to slow it down, test your coordination, test the extremities, stability, and firing of your anterior oblique sling, or that's the anterior oblique X core structure that helps us move and run, so you'll feel it. Here's another example that I'll be doing the same variation, moving just one limb at a time. Pay attention to my arms staying locked out. I push myself away from the floor as much as possible, and I make that knee to elbow contact with each pace I take. And go just a hand's pace distance forward with your arms. Slow and steady wins the race, because you want to make sure that you're getting the right amount of distance with each pace you take. I like to go anywhere between 40 to 120 paces for a single set, turning it into a bit of a cardio exercise for the core. So who needs this exercise? Well, everyone really. I've mentioned running because of the mechanics involved, so those of you will benefit, but ultimately everyone benefits. The respiratory system is working hand in hand with our arms reaching, a very powerful concept considering we have shoulder stabilizers involved that are assisting with the inhalation. So that's a 2-in-1 there for breathing problems and weak shoulders. And finally, you got spinal stability coming from your front line, so that allows the lower back to rest and not be on all the time. Great exercise for our posture. This is an example of a normal or regular crawl where the key is we have coordinated contralaterally reciprocated movement. So that's opposite arm and leg working together. We want to make sure the action is reciprocating and alternating and not compromised. Again, I suggest to stay in rhythm and stay in this box crawling shape. Make that knee to elbow contact. That is the key to getting our obliques reciprocating and alternating. I keep pushing myself away from the floor, locking those elbows out, which fully engages the serratus muscle that not only stabilizes your shoulder, but also helps with breathing and helps to realign the shoulder too. So this is a good one for people with weak upper structures, forward rounded shoulders, and throwers. Which leads me to the last variation, the best one, integrating breathing. All you're going to do is take a pace, freeze, exhale all the way, inhale all the way, then take another pace. That's all we're going to be doing is taking a whole breath in and out within each phase of the stance. Make the knee to elbow contact as always to be sure that we get a good oblique crunch, facilitating a stretch on the other side that you want to fill up nice and big as you inhale. Make it expand. Don't even think of moving forward until you feel that one side lung fill up. It's so key being able to expand on the one side of the ribs while being able to hold the other side down in a crunch. I'll keep this short with reps and do maybe 8 total paces of breath cycles. But again, don't rush. The longer the breath, the better. The longer the exhale, the more you will feel. You'll find that the bear crawl works a lot of respiratory mechanics as well as gait mechanics. So you get so much value with this variation because we now start to work on the reciprocating and alternating breathing cycle with the gait cycle. An ideal exercise for human function, but far too often neglected. Being able to control your rib cage to open and close, expand and compress in opposition does wonders for us, especially when our respiratory system is asymmetrical to begin with. Hence why people fall into such gravitational shifts to one side, such as scoliosis for example. Their body is completely lacking stance and respiratory integration on their other side. Which is why an exercise like this is so beneficial. You have got to reciprocate and alternate your rib cage expansion, and this is such an awesome way to start. So just remember, core doesn't always need to be a full brace. We want to fine-tune things, give certain muscles a break while others are finally taking on the load. And one of those muscles we want resting is the lower back. I think, however, one of the biggest takeaways from this is probably the exhalation factor and how we exhale to manipulate and facilitate that core engagement. And you'll find that once you learn to exhale properly, engage that core, it will give your back a nice rest. So there you have it. We broke down the bear crawl and why it is such a beneficial exercise. There are more variations out there that you can try. However, I feel that these are 3 of the most important beginner and basic variations that anyone should master. You want to make sure that you have the coordination down and that the breathing is comfortable because it is such a gait and respiratory exercise. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please leave me any comments and questions that you might have about the bear crawl and this concept.